Welcome back to Spandex Raygun. I'm Paul Butcher and I'm here with Stuart Ward, and we're going to be doing another commentary, this time on Halloween 2, More of the Night He Came Home, which is the 1981 sequel to the classic 1978 Halloween. So if you have your copy and you want to watch it with us, then press play now. So, you said earlier you haven't seen this film for a very long time.
Yeah, I can't remember. It's got to be 5-6 years, I think.
That text is really yellow. I don't remember it being that yellow. Sorry, that's a bit of a random thing to say. I thought it was in white. So it opens with the Chordettes singing Mr. Sandman.
Oh, here we go.
Yeah.
Tree.
Yeah. Before I start being a smart ass with my film trivia, I just want to say the first thing is that what I say about Halloween, or what Stuart says, isn't stuff that's a great mystery. You can find it out. I've said it in the last one. You can commentaries, documentaries, books, the internet. However, what you might not know, when Halloween 2 opens, it's the very end of Halloween 1, right? But they cut out Tony Moran's face. You don't see Tony Moran when he gets the mask taken off. I don't know why they would do that. They would cut it short. This is the moment where he sits up. See, even the music's different. If you listen, it's your stomach.
It is, yeah.
Now, 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 now. This is the last Halloween film I want to watch before the new one comes out, as I don't want to tarnish my... Because technically this doesn't exist now, does it?
No.
So, and also, if you look really carefully, if you're watching this with us, when Michael Myers gets shot out the window, we don't see his green socks on this one. He walks backwards up a ramp and falls off the balcony, and if you just look carefully at the bottom of the screen, you'll see the airbag he lands on.
I'd never noticed that.
Yeah, which is fair enough, really. You can't expect him to land, on the pavement, can you? The stuntman, break his back.
Oh, yeah.
See, no Tony Moran.
Do you reckon that's what? So they didn't have to pay him or something?
Could be. Yeah, I never thought of that.
Unnecessary expense, I suppose.
Could be. I would have thought he was a complete prick. Here you go.
Oh.
Bit of a bounce when he hits the... Okay, because you've got the widescreen version, it's sort of cut that bit out, but... Got it on Blu-ray, Halloween 2, and it's brilliant. It's a really good...
There's me dad.
Yeah. So he should have technically gone to the window, but we have to assume he's already done that now. Now he's run down the stairs. Now there's another mistake. Yeah.
Is that burnt?
Well, it's meant to be his imprint in the grass.
Yeah. As it's flattened, or
Yeah.
it looks. I thought it initially like it was burnt.
Now there's a mistake here. He was shot out the back window, but this is the front door and the front lawn. So it's another little... I hate being a dick, I'm sorry, but I have to say...
He does bleed then.
Yeah, he does bleed. We're going to get the new rendition of the Halloween theme, as composed by John Carpenter and Alan Howarth, which I quite like, this version.
I learned all this on guitar once.
Yeah.
I went through a phase of learning cool film tunes on guitar.
And this was top of your list.
Yeah.
You got an asbestos mouth, mate. You finished that already.
Classic line.
Yeah. So yeah, all mistakes aside, I might as well I'll just roll with this. So basically, the first time I ever saw Halloween 2. So like I said last time, the first Halloween I saw was Halloween 3. And I was a kid, my dad taped it off telly, and I had no idea, I didn't know about Michael Myers. I just assumed this was a horror film about masks and a guy trying to kill kids. And it was my brother who said, oh, there's a Halloween one in the video shop, and he described the front cover like the half pumpkin with a knife. And then when Halloween 4 came out in '88, I remember, where we live in Peterborough, there used to be two local papers, the Citizen and the Herald and Post. In fact, you may have delivered those papers.
I did, Citizen.
Yeah. And I remember in the newspaper, there was an advert for Halloween 4 out on video, and the poster for Halloween 4 is the perfect original Michael Myers mask, isn't it? And I remember thinking, oh, it's Halloween 4, and that's a really scary mask. And then I saw the first Halloween in St Albans, and it as we know, scarred me for a very long time, as it did you. And I remember going, oh, is that the film with the guy with the white mask? Because I've seen a poster of it, and my cousin was like, yeah, he's got a white mask. And then after Halloween 1, I saw Halloween 4 when I was in school, and they say in Halloween 4 at the beginning, oh, he killed 16 people, and then his doctor set him on fire. And I was like, that didn't happen. And then I obviously had to kind of backtrack and do a bit of research. Like, oh, there is a Halloween 2 that... Because I was thinking...
I mean, the giveaway is the number, really.
Well,
I mean, you start...
Yeah.
I generally go 1 to whatever.
Yeah, sorry, yeah.
3, 1, 4 doesn't really do it.
No, I was always a bit shit at maths, to be honest. But no, the point I'm trying to make is that I didn't know until basically, a friend of mine, back in the day, a friend of mine had Sky. He was one of the only kids I knew who had Sky TV, and it was those big Amstrad satellite dishes. And in the paper, in the Sun paper, they would always list like 3 Sky channels. It was Sky Movies Gold, and it said Halloween 2. And I said, look, could you record it for me? And he did. And it was only when I watched it, I was like, right, so this takes place directly after the first one. Hence the reason why I didn't know he was set on fire. So that's my argument for, it's not the numbers, it's the plot, a lack of knowledge of plot. But can I just say, in terms of the idea, how many sequels literally take place directly after the first one? I can't think of. I'm guessing this is quite a new idea.
I can't think of any.
Oh, he overdid the synth at the end there, didn't he? Oh, you gone up too high. Bugger, we've recorded it now. God, I told
We've
you.
only got the studio for 10
minutes.
What's always made me laugh about this is Halloween 1, the original, is The Night He Came Home.
Yeah.
Which is a terrifying tagline or strapline or whatever you call it. He's coming home. They decided they were never going to make this film, were they?
No.
But obviously they decided to. But they needed another strapline, and someone who was obviously pissed or something came up. More of The Night He Came Home. And they're like, what? And then eventually, as we've already discussed, we had 10 minutes in the studio, so more of the night. Dog. So, more of the night he came home. It's the worst strap line I've ever heard.
Yeah, I think there's this. Well, they wanted to.
There we go.
There's Loomis. I think they wanted to. I can give some trivia. Basically, because the original idea, there wasn't an original idea. John Carpenter did not want to make, I want to make this very clear, and it is common knowledge, he did not want to make Halloween 2. He had no interest in it. I think his next plan was to do The Fog. And he was kind of forced into doing it. I think it was something to do with the producers, and he said, look, all right, we'll do The Fog, and then I'll produce and write Halloween 2. We're coming up to the Elrod house now.
There's always washing lines, isn't there?
I know, yeah. In fact, that's like the new one, isn't it? The sheets on the... I actually think this is quite an effective shot. But he handpicked kind of an up-and-coming new director called Rick Rosenthal, who wanted to copy the visual style and look. It's the same cinematographer, Dean Cundy, and all of that. And I think for the most part, they do actually capture the same kind of camera work and stuff. But John Carpenter, one of the ideas was it wasn't going to be set directly after. It wasn't going to be set on the same night. It was going to be a couple of years down the line. It was going to be set in a high-rise apartment where he tracks Laurie Strode where she's moved to the city, and that sort of throws up all kinds of like new scenarios, like claustrophobic environments. I always love this shot, the ham.
He's just grabbing
the Elrod knife, yeah. And there's a shot here, isn't it, where you see him in the background. That I think captures the original. That's effective. Night of the Living Dead, the original, George Romero. May he rest in peace. He died last year.
I wonder why I didn't kill the Elrods.
The Elrods, yeah. See, even in the new one, the lady who gets with the hammer, she's got curlers in her hair. She's done up to look like Mrs. Elrod. Now this shot coming up, I'll explain it when it's finished. With him walking across the lawn, which always creeped me out as a kid. It's one of the first shots that just freaked me out as a kid. I don't know, I think it was the hair on the mask, the way it juts back. All of this scene was shot by John Carpenter, not the director, at the very end of filming.
That's Dick Warlock.
That's Dick Warlock, yeah. So
his walk is quite good.
Yeah, I like. Well, there's a
compared to
Nick Castle.
Yeah.
How
does she not see him?
I know. Basically, there's a big fan base for Dick Warlock. There is a huge fan base that love the first one, but they also love Halloween 2. And Dick Warlock goes to a lot of Comic-Cons and does a lot of you know, autographs and stuff, and people love his interpretation. And he explains it as well in the documentary why he did that, which I'll get onto in a minute. But this whole bit here, John Carpenter shot because he said because when the film was finished, he said he described it as being as scary as an episode of Quincy, right? And Quincy was some 70s medical detective show in America, like Columbo, but he was a doctor, but he was a detective. And basically, what John Carpenter was saying was, when this came out, they said, look, this Friday the 13th now, we can't. What we've done isn't going to match up. He was basically playing to the audience, you know. He was, because they were saying, look, the first Halloween's got no gore in it. Why are we having syringes in the head and, you know, she gets her neck sliced? And he says, because that's what people want to see. So, for better or worse, and that was John Carpenter's decision. So he shot this extra sequence to try and make the film scarier, and he also shot the bit with the kid with the stereo on the shoulder.
Yeah.
Much to the dismay of the original director of this, he probably felt a bit like, oh, you've asked me to shoot Halloween 2 and now you're coming in and... Because at this point I think in his career, Carpenter had a bit behind him. They were like, yeah, he's... Because if you think about it, why has he killed this girl? For no reason whatsoever. There's no motive, is there? I mean, I know Michael Myers doesn't have a motive, but...
He's just got a taste for it, hasn't he?
Yeah. Yeah, that's...
So that is the same mask as...
Yeah, the original, yeah.
It just
looked
weird
and bad. That's how I interpret this film. People, yeah, they added gore for the audience, but I just see it... If we're just looking at it as the direct sequel to the first one, I just see it that Michael Myers has now just flipped over into...
Just completely lost it.
Completely lost the plot, yeah. He's been shot out the balcony and now he's really taken on that supernatural... I don't know, that entity, and he's just like, right, I'm just going to go around and savage people. So that's how I see it anyway. Well, that's how I saw it when I saw it as a kid. And I loved this when I was a kid. I thought this was brilliant.
I genuinely can't remember the first time I saw this.
Well,
it was a long time after I saw the original.
Yeah. You see, when I... just getting back to the mate of mine who recorded it on Sky Movies Gold, when he recorded it, he must have just pressed record at 10 o'clock and then went up to bed, because he didn't start recording it. This back in the day, you know, with VHS. He recorded like all the adverts before it, and when movies came onto Sky Movies back in the 80s and 90s, they would always give a little trailer for the movie that was coming up in a couple of minutes, and they showed some scenes from it, and the scene they showed was when Ben Tramer with the blonde-haired mask walks across the road, and I was like, but they slowed it down. I was like, has Michael Myers got a new mask, like a blonde-haired mask? As it happens, it wasn't Michael Myers at all. It was meant to be the boy that Laurie Strode fancies.
Yeah, who was mentioned in the first one.
Mentioned in the first one. Lance Guest.
Yeah. From
The Last Starfighter, as directed by Nick Castle. And Jaws the Revenge. So that's one we'll have to do, won't it? Yeah, which is the 4th Jaws film. This I thought was really quite sick, actually. This got a few complaints, and I could never tell what it was on video. There's only when I saw it on Blu-ray. If you look in his mouth, I always thought it was like a blood bubble, but it's not.
Oh, Jesus.
It's a razor blade.
Oh, they are going all out on the gore, aren't they?
Yeah, and the reason being, I didn't know this, but in America, one of the things... There are some people who are superstitious that don't like Halloween, and they used to say that people used to like spike kids' candy for tricks. So they always said, when you go trick-or-treating, be careful whose house you go to. They might put glass in you.
Or razor blades.
Or razor blades in... and that's what I think, because John Carpenter, I think, because he say he stayed up all night with like a six pack of beer, and he couldn't come up with a motive for Michael Myers, and that's why he said, oh well, she's his sister then, and I think that's what he was doing. He was, because they even talk about Samhain, don't they? Samhain being the festival of, so I think he was just, well, like you say, more. It was just more of the night he came home, so. He was just writing in the nasty side of Halloween.
There he is again, poor little boy.
Yeah, dressed up as a pirate. Now, for a hospital in a town or a city, it's incredibly understaffed, isn't it? You've got 2 paramedics, a couple of nurses, the doctor who's... Yeah, she's not arrived to work yet. I know who you're thinking of. He's it's Dr. Mixter. He's just putting on his lab coat. He been to a funeral today. It was a funeral of Charlie Balls over in Russellville. I promised myself I wouldn't dig up this one.
Let's start not with a hacksaw.
So, oh, look at that.
There's a needle going in for all those people who don't like needles.
Yeah, see...
There's no need for that, is there?
No, there's no need. And that looks like it's really penetrating her skin.
That's because there's so many people hate needles. He's going all out, gore-wise, isn't he?
Which the original director didn't want to do. Now, the original director, and fair play to him, he said, look, he wanted to really try and... I never understood this. I get it now. She doesn't want to be put to sleep because she's shit scared of Michael Myers coming to get her. See, look at that. Yeah, he really wanted to kind of not do the gore and try and emulate the original Halloween. And he's quite pissed off, I think, at the time with Carpenter. But then I think it was out of his hands a little bit.
You would be, wouldn't you? It's like painting the Mona Lisa and then someone comes along and draws a Hitler tash on it. It's just... you know...
Well, I don't know what his original... I don't know if it was the Mona Lisa, to be honest. I don't know if it was that good. I mean, Carpenter referred to it as...
massively overrated, the Mona Lisa. I don't rate it.
Do you think it could do with a Hitler tash then? It's just...
Just put a freaking fairground in the background or something.
This makes me laugh. He gets it... Because you didn't get enough of these 2 in the first one, did you? And you're having a bit more now. He gives him a bollocking in a minute with his gun. It's exactly like the end of the first one. This is a couple of years later, isn't it?
Was it 3?
Here we go. So I saw the trailer for this and I was like, whoa, is this like the new style Michael Myers? And then...
walking too fast, isn't it? That's a Pollack, isn't it?
Well, it's an incredible stunt, but my God, there's Dick Warlock. That was Dick Warlock doing the stunt driving for that.
Is it really?
Yeah. Because Dick Warlock was the stunt coordinator on the film. There you go. He was driving ridiculously fast, though, wasn't he? Down in a built-up area. Surely, he said he came out of nowhere.
It's not strictly true. He sort of just crossed the road.
Yeah. There you go.
So that's Dick Warlock.
It's Dick Warlock, and he's a lot smaller than Nick Castle.
He's definitely got the right walk, though.
Yeah. If you get a chance, the documentary on the Blu-ray, you can get it on YouTube. It's uploaded. It's about half an hour. It's the making of Halloween 2, and it's called The Nightmare Isn't Over.
That would have been better than more of the night game.
Yeah, it would have been. And there's always a fat security guard, isn't there?
Yeah, that is quite an empty hospital, isn't it?
Yeah.
You don't see PCH like that very
No.
often. It's full of piss heads.
Yeah, it's ridiculously empty. But I don't know, maybe in the 80s, late 70s, that's what hospitals were like.
Although, the night Isla was born, well, it was like a weekend, it went on forever. I went for a walk, and there's this massive corridor at Peterborough Hospital.
No.
And there was it was like 3 in the morning or something, and there was no one about.
Yeah.
And I was just like, I took a photo. I don't even. It might be on my phone.
Yeah, have a look.
I took a photo of it, and it just freaked me out because I could just imagine
Michael Myers.
just him walking around in the distance, and
It's
for such a busy. You know what the hospital's like. Just to have that massive long corridor.
Yeah,
no one in it.
See, so in that sense, it is a good setting, for a horror film.
The hospital's freaked me out after this.
Yeah.
And to see my baby being born, because that was horrific.
Yeah.
People who say it's a beautiful thing, idiots.
Yeah, you got to have a certain stomach for it. She's got a wig on, hasn't she, in this? Because by this point she'd already cut her hair. Yeah. So, and she said, and I might have said this in the last one, but this was the last. She did it for the fans, and she actually openly admits she doesn't mind Halloween 2. She quite likes it, but she had to stop doing horror films after this because she knew she was going to get typecast. So she'd already done Halloween, Prom Night, Terror Train, The Fog, and then she was like, "Look, I'll do Halloween 2, and then that's it," you know. And then, but then her career took off after that. Then, as we know, she did H2O, and now she's doing. See this guy here?
Eyes.
True, that's a good film. See this guy here?
Yeah.
With the blue body one and the hat? It's Dana Carvey, Garth from Wayne's World.
Is it really?
Yeah.
How the hell do you know that?
Because in the end credits it says Dana Carvey, news lad. And then,
Oh, it is as well.
yeah, and if you YouTube
I'm
it.
actually looking around to try to see.
Yeah, sorry. Did you ever find Bugs Bunny attractive when he put on a dress and play a girl bunny? No. Yeah, there you go, Dana Carvey. Because he's a lot older than what. This I thought they matched up really well. I know 78, 79, 80, 81, so it's, 3 or 4 years later, but.
Sheriff seeing his dead daughter.
I suppose they needed a reason to write him out of the. Because the other guy takes his place, doesn't he, the blonde guy in the middle?
Yeah. Nowadays it'd just be on Twitter, wouldn't it?
It's like, you let him out.
Hashtag lol.
You let him out? I didn't let him out. I gave orders for him to be restrained.
I suppose they had to write Sheriff Brackett out, didn't they? Because if this was... Obviously this is a continuation of the first one, so they have to follow the natural plot of how people would react. Because if it was a couple of years later, you could have had Brackett in it, but would he want to hang around? He was going to have to discover that Annie was killed. Would he want to hang around for the rest of the film? Probably not. So they've clearly written his deputy into kind of... He's still going for it, Loomis, isn't he? He's calling the shots, isn't he?
He really is, yeah.
Is this the bit? Oh, I love this bit.
Is this the
This is
the
the
hi-fi on his
Yeah, this is the
boombox?
Boombox Kid, yeah. Who is Dick Warlock's son? Would you believe? So basically, yeah, Carpenter shot this sequence, and do you know the reason why they shot it? Is because Howard Michael Myers knows she was at the hospital. But I'm thinking, well, he would have seen the ambulance, wouldn't he? So on your Halloween 25, the documentary, the Comic on the 25th anniversary convention.
Yeah.
All the Michael Myers actors are on stage, and a guy in the audience asked Dick Warlock to do the walk across the stage, and even though he's old, he does it. And he looks at the others and goes, "Just watch and learn, guys. This is how you do it." Dick Warlock, man, I tell you, we'll talk about him in a minute. He's done so many films as a stuntman. He's been Kurt Russell's stunt double in all his films. This is it. In behind the scene photos, there's a chalk line they drew on the floor for him to follow.
That's as many more, dear. He's wanted by everyone. He's keeping a low profile by walking down the middle of a busy road.
Yeah, with people about.
Bleeding
to death. Well, say death, we don't know what death is, do we?
Yeah, no one's paying him any attention.
No. He even got like
There's a police car driving past him,
mate.
yeah.
Fella following behind with a synthesizer as well, advertising his presence. I mean, Deborah Hill kind of criticised him a bit, but I think he's got something. He's got a creepiness about him. He's just a little, he's just shorter, isn't he? But there's I always love this shot as well. There's a quiet hospital.
No patients to look after, is she?
Ooh, yeah, it's a beauty, that one, isn't it? That, and you can see that is the original mask. So I like the fact that the news reporters are there. It gives it that sense of scariness, like, oh, you know, there's shit's hit the fan tonight and we need to be careful, there's an escaped lunatic, and there'd be the helly out and everything if it was this day and age, wouldn't it? Is he smoking a spliff there, or is it a cigarette? Was he using, what are they, hospital pincers?
Pincers or something.
Yeah. I always like this as well, because you see him on the security camera just wander onto site.
You know he's going to die, don't you?
Yeah. Because they've used the music from Night of the Living Dead that's playing on the telly in the background to kind of give this a little bit of creepiness. Look at you need to be looking. It pay you for. That's just, to me, that's just creepy, that shot. There's obviously a CCTV camera up looking across some little lawn part of the hospital, and he's just wandered on, you know. That's why I like the character of Michael Myers. He just wanders in.
Yeah.
Nobody.
I mean,
Look, he's got through that door.
How's
Hasn't
he got through that door, which is a fire exit, I'm guessing?
Yeah. The bar's this side, so in them days they didn't have swipes, did they? He probably pressed that big disabled square.
I like it later when it just walks through the glass and he just...
Yeah.
Tints.
She was saying that her friend saw him the day before while she was stopped at the traffic light. She saw him walking in the park, which is quite a cool little scary story, because he's the last person I'd want to see wandering through a park.
Yeah.
You know, if I was stopped at the lights. She, on the documentary, this actress here who plays Janet, she, in this scene here, she's actually got stitches on the other side of her eye, which you can't see, because she gets hit in the head with a syringe, right, later on in the film. Well, she fell and she hit her head on the desk for real and cut her eye open, and then they had to stitch it up. And she said what they did was, when we filmed this scene, which was like after my death, they just put loads of makeup on and said, look, just sit and don't turn your head to the camera. So, because she was trying to be all dramatic and like fall to the ground, and she smacked her head on the doctor's table. In the documentary, she was saying to them, no, use the blood, use it, it's realistic. And like, no, you need stitches.
They should have done it.
Should have. I don't know what this song he's singing.
Alright, so what do you want me to do? Look, Jenny, rule number of patience is no good, it never works out.
This guy here, this actor, I don't really know him, but he's in Maniac Cop 2, I know that. And he's in like The Sopranos or something. I think he's been in that. This is quite a good Steadicam shot. So Michael Myers is now in the hospital and he's creeping down one of the fire exit stairs. I don't know, presumably to the basement or something. This is the incubator room, isn't it?
Yeah, where he hides with all the kids.
The kids.
Okay.
Same.
He doesn't kill them, but
Well, this actress that you're referring to is Pamela Susan Shoop, and she was in an episode of Knight Rider that I remember her from, and The Incredible Hulk. She's one of them. Because this is 1981, so at the time that's what was on telly, wasn't it? Knight Rider and The Incredible Hulk.
There's all these babies. Where are the mothers?
I know, it's ridiculous. So I can see that Rick Rosenthal, he's trying to capture, you can see him look through the window.
That's creepy.
Yeah.
That's...
So basically what you've got the two nurses, they're obviously the little reception desk bit, and behind them is the baby incubator room, and you can just see him behind, just stood between the babies, yeah. Obviously he turns there, and then the camera turns. A bit of a continuity error there, but I think actually on the widescreen version, if you look carefully, there you go. See, I don't know, is that scary, or is that... I remember on my TV version, you never got that bit of him walking off. So you don't remember seeing this film?
I genuinely cannot remember the first time I saw this, no. I remember, I watched Halloween 1 when I can't remember, 13 or 14. And then I don't think I watched any of the others for years and years. I'm like, I don't think I even watched it in order. I hadn't seen The Curse until probably 6-7 years ago.
Really?
Yeah. I got back into it when H2O came out.
Ah, right, yeah.
And then I sort of remembered it, brought back all these
memories.
and I just started again, and that's I think when I got 2. I haven't got 3. Never will have.
No, you won't.
That's you, innit?
Yeah.
I'll see you in a bit.
Shoulder barely bleeds, but if you look at the trailers for the new film, it's a hell of a scar.
Scar on
isn't
it, yeah. Would you believe there's a TV version of this as well? And I've got it on Blu-ray, but it's a bit like what we watched the other day. So it's basically the original cut version of this, which Rick Rosenthal wanted to release, and obviously Carpenter, the added Carpenter bits. But like, there's a bit where the power cuts out when they're trying to restrain Laurie, and all the lights go out. There's just a few more little extra bits in it, like more of Michael Myers walking about. Also something else, I can't remember. Oh yeah, there's a deleted scene from this where Loomis is because they get a dentist now to come and see the burnt remains of the body.
That's right, yeah.
To see if they just prove that it's not Michael Myers. And after that sequence, there's a deleted scene on the TV version where they come out the lift and Loomis says to the deputy, I want to go back to the Myers house because Michael might have gone back there to kind of tend to his wounds. So there's a little bit more about trying to find him.
He knows he's coming, doesn't she?
Oh, so we're coming up to the hill number 2 now. So yeah, like I said, I had it on video, and for long enough I was like, this is brilliant, and I didn't have the first one, so I just used to watch this one all the time. And I used to say to like friends at school, oh no, it takes place directly after the first one. But we were talking about that before. I think that, I don't know why they chose to do it. They could have done something. They could have said it a couple of years later. I don't know why they wanted to carry it on. It's quite, at the time, it's quite a unique idea, because now films do it all the time, don't they? They have a part 2 that's literally, it's almost all like a Netflix series, but I don't know why because in a way they kind of wrote themselves in a corner, because every other sequel then had to have the fact that Laurie Strode's his sister. Oh yeah, the guy who directed this one, he did Halloween Resurrection. And the less said about that, the better. Let's do it. Yeah, Busta Rhymes kung fuing Michael Myers in the basement.
He gives Michael a kick in, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Can't see that in real life.
No. Dangertainment. Let the Dangertainment begin, motherfucker. Trick or treat, motherfucker. Oh, it's bloody awful, isn't it, Halloween Resurrection? I went to the cinema to watch that as well. What was I thinking? There's Jamie Lee Curtis has said on YouTube, she said that she was she didn't refer to it by titles. They asked her about it. She said, I did 1, I did 2. H2O was its own 20th anniversary, and then she said I was contractually obligated to do Resurrection.
She weren't in it for long though, was she?
No. Because apparently the original intention of H2O was that it was never meant to be him anyway. Mustafa Akkad. Yeah, in his back of his mind he said, it was him up until the point where he swapped clothes with the paramedic.
Yeah, crushed his larynx.
Yeah.
Plenty of time to do that, didn't he? Yeah.
Swap clothes, let him take a tumble through the... It's ridiculous. I'm not buying it. This is one shit scared security guard.
Eerily quiet, no music, which is quite unusual for these films. My stomach, by the way.
Yeah.
10 grapes today, it doesn't cut it. Size of that radio.
I know, yeah.
Jesus.
With a rubber... Is it a rubber duck on the top?
Rubber duck.
Rubber duck. That's what they're called, aren't they?
I don't know.
I think they are. They're called rubber duck. My dad had a CB radio when he was on the lorries, and they all have call handles, don't they? And stuff like. You're coming through loud and clear, rubber duck. 10-9 for a copy. I remember once my dad brought home his CB radio and he let me set it up in my bedroom, and he was teaching me all call signs and handles. And if two people are talking and you'd like to join the conversation, you've got to say on the side, and they're like, yeah, on the side, go ahead. And there was two blokes talking, and my dad come into my room and goes, "How you getting on?" I said, "Yeah, I'm listening to these two guys chat." He went, "Yeah, gives it here." And he went, "On the side." This guy goes, "Yeah, on the side, mate." He goes, "Yeah, what are you talking about?" And the guy goes, "What the fuck has he got to do with you?"
He wanted to impress his son, didn't he? And that did not work.
And he went, "I just want to know what you're talking about." And then they changed channels because we couldn't hear him after that. It was just white noise. And he went, my dad just went, "Oh well, see you later." Yeah? He walked out of my bedroom. I was only about 10.
I bet he thought that was going to be a real father-son bond.
Bonding moment, yeah.
Fuck's it got to do with it?
I don't know what they were talking about. Probably Charlie Bowles or something. Right, so this guy's going to get it in the head with a claw hammer or an axe.
Can't remember.
Yeah, but either way, he's going to get it in the head. You're a bit confident now, aren't you? This store cupboard's all clear.
Claw hammer.
Oh, claw hammer.
That'll do the trick, won't it?
That'll do the trick.
To
Right.
the ball patch.
To the ball. Yeah. Well, that is the target, isn't it? Fucking hell. Yeah, I think Carpenter felt that the kills weren't handled particularly well. Well, that one. Here we go.
Here's the.
So
They're examining the teeth now.
yeah. Oh, look,
Of
there's
the,
Deputy Hendricks from Jaws. Brody's deputy.
yeah.
Not according to the credits, he's not. In fact, on the credits for this, I think they put him down as 23 as well.
Do they?
Yeah, sure they do. And Tony Moran's in the credits as well. But he's not in the movie because she cut his face off.
Everybody goes back out. Chestnut south of the bypass. On every street.
Oh, that's why they've calmed down a bit, haven't they? Because they thought
he was dead.
Right, okay, that makes sense then. That makes sense. So now we have street mobs, and they are hurling stones and bricks at the Myers house.
Now you do not want to piss off Michael Myers anymore, do you?
No, you don't, no. They've all come out in their droves. Look.
That's his happy childhood home they're smashing out.
He's fucked off back into the window, that cop. He's like, "Oh, what?" No, just go, well.
What's with the green light in the car?
I don't know, I think it might be coming off, like I don't know.
Off the kryptonite in the
kryptonite.
glove box.
Yeah.
I've never noticed that.
No, they're like, I've just fired 6 shots into this guy. Well, don't worry, we've got some kryptonite. That might work. The cop cars in these old American movies, the lights and the size of them are always they're just in your face, aren't they? He's got a sawn off. So, you know all the sort of creepy dialogue that Loomis talks about Michael Myers and being a kid and all this. So there's another scene here where they talk about it.
Check it again. You know, track me for local high school. Yet one night in night, Sid murdered his sister in that upstairs bedroom with a large butcher knife. Years old. It's his anniversary, Mr. Hunt. Patience. Oh, there's a force inside him, biding its time. Patiently, he didn't talk, he didn't cry. Life was unprepared. They didn't know what he was. Did you know? Telling him. Mr. Hunt, worried about Bennett Tramer. He isn't home yet. Yeah, but he left the party at 10. It's only a little after 11, boys. He was real drunk. How old is he? 17.
That's solved that then, isn't it?
Yeah,
This goes bad to worse for Lloyd, doesn't it?
it does really. Yeah, that's gosh,
That's,
you really want to go to the dance? Ah, right. So they've just been told that there's been a break-in at the elementary school. What do they call it, an elementary school in America? So now the hospital's in darkness, and in the TV version, the deleted scene, the reason why it's in darkness is because I think Michael Myers went down to the basement and fiddled with the power, which is why for the rest of the film the hospital's dark, but nobody knows why. And it's still such a remote hospital. There's no sod there.
You'd think they'd have a backup generator, wouldn't
Yeah. well, Mr. Garrett was going to go and switch it on, wasn't he? But he got on the wrong end of a hammer.
That's a horrible way to go, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah, because I don't think it would be immediate, you know.
Good weapon though, a claw hammer, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a really good weapon. Yeah.
That'd probably be my weapon of choice in the apocalypse. Wrap some barbed wire around the claw.
The thing is with a claw hammer, obviously the claw bit kind of sort of swoops down. I'd get it wrong. I'd get the smooth side and not the pointy bit. So they'd just be like, "Fuck me! What are you doing?" They're like, "Oh, you." Yeah. Good enough with a claw hammer would be like, you know, on the is it the crap table? Is it in the casino? You know, is it the crap table? I call it a crap table. So another thing with this hospital here is that he's a paramedic, and he's got away with hiding in one of the hospital beds because he wants to get his end away with the nurse. It's like just but it's like just get out. A bloody crisis going on in the streets of Haddonfield, didn't you know?
So some smackheads overdosed.
These vans don't drive themselves. Oh dear, oh dear. And where's the head matron? You know, because she's normally like, you know, where is she? She's probably having a dump. See, this is Friday the 13th stuff now. This is like, right, let's go and have a little sex scene, and we're both going to get it, and nobody's going to notice that we've gone. I keep expecting Jimmy to pop in the door and go, "Hey, you know, where's Laurie?" You know, and then disappear again. See, look at that.
Yeah, empty corridors.
If this was The Walking Dead, I'd accept this, but so this is the flashback sequence now to apparently Laurie Strode talking to her stepmum.
That blood doesn't look real, is it?
No. It's just Bob Ross, isn't it? He's just flicked his brush on the floor. Remember Bob Ross?
No.
He used to have the big afro, used to paint and.
Did he do the Mona Lisa?
God, this is like an old version, isn't it? Like, it's because you can see Michael Myers a bit more clear on. So is that the same? That to me looked like the same kid that we saw from. I think it was anyway.
So he shot himself in the foot there, only Loomis. He said he never moved. He quite clearly turned around.
Yeah. So we're led to believe then that Laurie has gone and visited Michael in hospital. That's what they're.
Yeah, that's how I read it.
Yeah. Right. So they're in the hot tub,
which every respectable hospital's got.
Yeah. Well, he called it the therapy room. So apparently she complained about this a few minutes before she was due to go in. She had.
I know this because there was loads of blokes in there, weren't there?
Yeah. And she was like,
she didn't want to get topless.
Didn't want to get topless, and they all took their t-shirts off apparently.
I mean, I'm glad she did.
Well, I think what it was, I found out recently in an interview with her. She said when she lowers her towel, she wanted like some like bikini bottoms on or something. She said, "Hang on, I'm only contracted to do topless, not full frontal." So I think they go give her like a moleskin. And they said to him, "Look, you know, if you get in the water first, she's coming around. We've got our agent on the phone and all that sort of stuff." And in the meantime, she's like, "Hang on, there's a lot of crew members on the call sheet for today's."
There would be though, wouldn't there?
Yeah, to be fair, she is an example of a typical woman of the 80s that I grew up watching. The women just were very, very attractive women. That's putting it mildly.
I'd have been in that room even if I was the coffee boy.
But everyone would notice you because you're about 7'5". This is quite a nasty kill that she gets. It's pretty. The video version I had, they cut it a little bit, but on the DVD it goes on for ages with this horrible like.
I seem to remember her face burnt to shreds.
Yeah.
And his hand isn't.
Yeah.
Even though his hand's in the water as well.
Yeah, basically.
Got an arse in the face, didn't she?
On the making of this, he talks about how Dick Warlock well, Dick Warlock talks about it as well, but he said that he was an absolute consummate professional stuntman. He told him how they were going to do it. He said to him, I'm going to pull on your neck 3 times, and on each turn I want you to go back. And he says, on the third one when I yank, go right back and then just fall to the floor, and I'll just literally let you drop. 1, 2, and 3. And as he used his legs to let him kind of fall to the floor. And then on here, he said to her, you do the pressure and I'll just keep my hand lightly on the back of your head, and you just come up when you're ready to come up. Yeah. So basically, she's sat with her back now, isn't she, on the edge of the...
And he's right behind her.
And he's right behind her.
In fact, he's...
Puts his hand on her.
Yeah, he starts touching her, doesn't he?
Yeah. And she doesn't know.
Just getting a little cheeky neck massage from a serial killer.
Oh yeah, she starts...
She suck his fingers.
Yeah, starts kissing and nibbling his hand.
I mean, that is a dirty hand, isn't it?
That is a
That's
filthy
got
hand.
a lot of blood on it.
Oh.
As a nurse, you'd think she'd...
Do you think she'd know that? Look, the sleeve.
Yeah, he's suddenly put a boiler suit on. Like,
Yeah. Just to check the pressure. Yeah, this is like proper horror movie stuff now. Now, in the video version it cut here, but on here they actually see her completely topless. Yeah, because that's going on a long time.
That's brutal.
Yeah, they cut it here. So yeah, the video version it cut to her falling to the ground, and when I saw this on DVD I was like, whoa, this is... And just the sting on the key. And also, did you notice just before she came up, you actually saw like the skin on her cheeks like peeling back, which they did with swabs of Vaseline. That's how they did that trick. That's horrible, isn't it? This guy makes me like, he came in here, and then over here. No. Here. He got in here. And over here. Is that it? No.
Here.
Here.
It's a Celtic word. He's the Lord of the Dead. The end of summer. Yes.
Nurse Whittington.
I have to talk to you.
He's a gormless get, isn't he? Look, he's...
What are you doing here?
Private.
Into the school.
So, yeah, I don't know. He...
Is that the school she was in when he...
Well, no, because they said elementary school, so that's like the kids' school, isn't it? So he's basically the L-Rod knife, as they call it, the L-Rod knife. He stabbed that into a kid's drawing and bothered to write Sam Hain in blood. Really well, you know. So while they're chatting outside here now, because basically the nurse from the first Halloween has turned up to speak to Dr. Loomis, basically to get him back to Smith's Grove. But what I'd like to think is that in the classroom now, the deputy's turned to that guy and gone, anything else? Yeah, over here. And he's just leading him around the classroom with a mag light. That's got to be it. No, here. Goes over to the bin, you know. Some bloody apple core.
Here.
And when he leaves him, he's like, what are you going to do? I'm going to stay here. I wonder if he's listed in the credits as cop here or something like.
Here.
He
is. On Mike Horn walking through another empty corridor.
Yeah, on CCTV.
How many times did we say that in the crime? He got his CCTV.
Too many times. It was the 2 lines of inquiry, wasn't it? House to house. CCTV. Well, it's father, isn't it? Oh god. So Jimmy's gone in to see Laurie Strode, and she's gone into some state of, I don't know,
catatonic. Isn't
yeah,
it?
catatonic. That's it. So, and I don't know if she faked this, or is it because of the meds she was given? Because a little while later she's wandering See, all the lights are off, and that's because there's a power cut. But where's Laurie Strode? She's here.
Where's that running nurse? Here.
Oh, this is horrible.
Is this the eye?
Yeah. Well, the doctor's got it in the eye, but she gets it in the temple. But it's the way, it's really well lit and well shot.
They really did sit around a table and think, what the most brutal way you can kill someone, and then just did it.
Yeah, because obviously Friday the 13th is really over the top gore. Like Kevin Bacon gets it through the back of the neck with an arrow, and there's axes and razor blades. But this is syringes and scalpels and scalding somebody in a in a hot tub, and it's. See the way isn't there an aquarium in the bedroom in the new Halloween? I think if you look in the trailer, there's.
That is disgusting.
Yeah, it's disgusting.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's classic
Yeah.
from the first one as
Yeah,
well.
and-
It just
and the-
appears out of nowhere.
And the mask as well.
Yeah, it's quite soft, isn't it? The old temple.
So when she fell here, apparently she had to. And then we get the infamous head tilt. So you got to admit, the mask in this is. He looks creepy, doesn't he? In this,
There was two people in the corridor just then.
They're looking for the matron now, aren't they? Dog's breathing.
Ladies' lounge. It's posh way of calling it a locker room, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, they should call it a mounge, shouldn't they, really? Because that's where they wash their minges.
They'd all be really hairy as well, wouldn't they?
Sorry.
Early 80s.
I'm sorry, I
No shaving
I did,
back then.
I didn't mean to go so low on my own channel.
They didn't have Brazilians in the early 80s.
No, they just had mounges.
Where's your lounge? Here.
Oh, now we've started. 53 minutes in. Here we go. Here we go. The music, this is it. This is.
Oh, yeah. It's...
Listen to the music and the dun dun dun, bum bum bum. Scalpel.
Not a single burn on it.
Not a single burn, yeah.
She pranked you.
Yeah. You've been
She's
punked.
woken up, isn't she?
Yeah, see, now that's why I'm wondering, did she fake the catatonic?
But he felt a pulse, didn't he?
Oh, right,
And
so
then
she-
ran out panicking. So I
Right.
think
She was.
she literally has just sort of woken up.
Oh, she bloody woke up in good time, didn't she? Yeah, in the TV version, the deleted scene, you see him actually shut the door behind him. There's just more of him. So basically, Dick Warlock, he said that he came in for the job interview to be the stunt coordinator, and when he was going down the corridors to see Rick Rosenthal, he passed a room which had the Michael Myers mask on the desk. So he picked it up and he put it on. And he went in, he stood in the door, and he just stood there. And the director said, who are you? And he just stood and stared at him and just breathed. And he said, like, no, who are you, seriously? And he just stood there. And eventually he giggled, took the mask off, and he introduced himself. And that's what got him the job, because when he got up to leave, he had the mask, and he said, is there any reason why I can't play this guy? And they were like, if Deborah and John haven't got a problem with it, I don't care. He said, in fact, it's probably ideal, because you're going to be the stunt guy. And he loved playing Michael Myers. He said when he put the mask on, he felt it. He actually felt, right, I'm in character. And there's people who love his interpretation. But he said that he watched the first one and he couldn't quite get what Nick was doing. But when Nick sat up like that, he said, oh, that's how... And he played it more like a robot, I suppose. Which some people are like, no, that's not Michael Myers. He's supposed to just walk casually. He's supposed to stroll, but... See, like he's doing it there, isn't he? But I interpret it as in he's just gone into. He's flipped over into complete insanity.
reckon that'd work for my next job interview. Just put the mask on, stare at them.
Yeah.
Why do you want to drive a 7.5 ton truck?
Unfortunately, that joke is funnier when you see it. It doesn't work on audio. He's just basically stared.
Oh.
Who are you? Just, you know.
To every question in the interview, just go, here.
Here. Here. And over here. Got in here. Is that it? No. Over here. Is that it? No. Here. He must have been gutted when he got his script. Is that it? 3 lines?
And it's all here.
I mean, I'm well chuffed I've got a part, but... Oh, well, at least I get a torch. My prop. So basically now, Loomis has been ordered back to Smith's Grove.
Good use of the inverted
yeah, which no one can see for the benefit of the listeners. And she's referred to him as a marshal. Look, is that the... That looks like the same... Oh, it's not the station wagon, but it's got a similar kind of logo. So what is a marshal? What's a marshal in the States? What? Because
I don't know.
she said to him earlier on when we were talking about here, she said, "Oh, there's a marshal waiting for you outside." So basically, that's the last we see of the deputy now. She's quite a pretty nurse, isn't she?
Yeah.
In some ways. The little Halloween badge, like pumpkin badge on her uniform. Oh, this is quite cool because he ducks out, doesn't he? And she...
Yeah, I like
it's
that.
cool, isn't it? So
you can basically see on the TV screen what Michael's done, which is hide in a room.
and
then you can see her
on the same...
pretty much presumably outside the door
Yeah.
that he's in.
See, that's a cheap scare, you see, and that's what I think lets it down a little bit. Oh shit, like what?
Yeah, there is no one in the hospital.
That's quite cool.
Hair looks cool, doesn't it? Like
Yeah.
silhouette.
I've seen a still from the new one, and he stood, his silhouette's behind a curtain. I think they've cherry picked, because I did hear that David Gordon Green and Danny McBride have watched literally all of them, and I think they've cherry picked the stuff that's effective that they like, because that in that trailer, that whole sequence, he's bloody short there though, isn't he? He's under Deborah Hill. Maybe Dick Warlock wasn't available, and they were like, "Look,
they just used Warwick Davis for the Oh, can you imagine having a little dwarf as a serial killer? Oh, maybe got Chucky or something.
Yeah. Or Leprechaun. That's played by Warwick Davis.
Where'd you get the boiler suit from?
Have it specially made, wouldn't you? Yeah. Oh, let's not go there with little people. We got. So he's checked the lounge, and Mrs. Alves isn't in there. Is it Mrs. Alves? And see, this is horrible.
Oh, just like a lake of blood, isn't it?
A lake of...
I've lost count of how many people he's killed.
Horrible synthesizer music playing, and
that's not blood, is it? I mean, how does he know how to do that?
yeah.
He only escaped a couple of days ago.
Maybe he's seen it being done.
So he can drive.
And he can drain you.
He can...
Oh, you see the crinkly black sheeting under... I believe it or not, I met Lance Guest at a Comic-Con in Milton Keynes. This is... I can't believe anyone... No one's going to believe this. I actually met him. And I... when was it? 2006, I think. Because they used to do a lot of Comic-Cons at Milton Keynes. This is a brilliant... This is real Halloween stuff, this.
So she's freaked out and wants to get out. She's basically doing one, isn't she?
Yeah, well, I think he said to her, go to the sheriff's department or get the police. So if you listen to the soundtrack, the music in a minute, basically every car tyre he's gone and done in the whole car park, and then you got that undertone. So she's decided to run back into the hospital. Personally, I'd, the other way.
I'd get one of the ambulances where the tyres hadn't been. So
Yeah.
drive off in that.
Yeah. Well, she probably hasn't got a licence to.
Well, that's true. Yeah, you got. Abide by the law, haven't you?
Yeah, and the script. The script says you go back into the hospital.
Yes, but I want to live,
I want
John.
to live. So, what was I saying about? I was talking about. I can't remember now. What was I saying before I talked about that bit? Oh yeah, Lance Guest. So basically, I saw him, and as a kind of a laugh, he was in a. He's in a film that only people from the 80s probably know called The Last Starfighter, and there was some signed photos and that, and there was ones of Jaws the Revenge, but I didn't want a signed Jaws the Revenge poster because it is known as the worst Jaws film, and probably one of the worst films ever made. But I actually asked him the question from Halloween 2. I said, did you do the slip? He said, yeah, because he did the stunt. And he said it was done in 2 cuts. Which is pretty brave. That's pretty brave.
Oh, this is where she sees him for the first time.
That's right.
Since he fell out with his green socks on. Hey, brother. Well, that's straight to the Harris, was it? Oh. Talk about shooting bump.
Yeah. Both Stuart and I...
Are we going to go there?
Nah, let's leave it. Right, he's got lifts in his boots. If you look, to make him taller. Right, now we're going to the shape stalks. Bottles of wine there.
Oh, this is horrible.
Yeah.
But she's running. He's walking, but
Yeah.
keeping up.
Yeah. Well, she has got a fractured ankle. Now, they kind of remade this in Rob Zombie's Halloween 2, didn't they?
They did, yeah.
I love this shape stalks
That was
thing.
that was a dream, though, wasn't it?
Yeah.
But an homage to this.
Yeah. And it was like raining, wasn't it? And I have to admit, I'm not a fan of the Rob Zombie ones, but that bit in the hospital was really good.
Yeah, it was. And when he's the brutal ways
He does
stabbing
that,
at
that
nurse.
nurse.
And
Yeah,
the way he smashes that little wooden hut.
that's right, yeah. Because he's like literally going, "Hua, hua," and it's it's horrible. Oh, God, for those of you listening, we're not psychos. We don't get off on violence. Mr. Garrett.
Oh, Mr. Garrett's back.
Yeah. He's got like one of those garage lights that, or one that you use underneath a car?
Yeah.
So basically she's like in the boiler room, she's in the guts of the hospital. Here he comes.
He's getting close.
Dick Warlock plays one of the assassins in Halloween 3, maskless, and when you watch him he plays it the same way, and it's kind of weird to see him. Right, you see he's trying to slash her with a scalpel.
Yeah.
Right, it might show his hand in a minute. See that there? I read trivia, that is a pencil with a rubber on the end of it. Yeah. Oh. So she's just climbed up and dropped through a window and landed on a load of...
To conveniently placed empty
empty
boxes.
boxes, yeah. Don't show him climb over, but... Oh, the old chain link fence. There's that shot later, isn't there, that I like from this. This is a really short film. This is not as long as...
How far away? Only just over an hour.
Yeah.
Still a bit to go, though. Should walk 4 round. I mean, come on, Mike. You can walk faster than that, mate.
You'd be begging for that lift to come down, wouldn't you? If these were Queensgate ones, forget it.
You've got no chance.
No chance.
Shops are on level 5 if you do ever come to Peterborough.
The thing is, they don't close straight away, do they? Yeah, I remember seeing this in the trailer. Press the button. Oh, you see, no.
That would have... But nowadays that would have opened, wouldn't it?
yeah. Queensgate, you'd be like, oh, you've...
Any modern day technology?
Just, I'm going to telephone this through.
Wait there. I'm just going to... Oh, she's in the car park.
Right. You've got to keep going, Laurie. I've got the Fog on Blu-ray, and I think it's the Region 1 version, and there's an interview with her. It's quite a recent release, a couple of years ago, and in that interview she talks about, she goes, I do something in Halloween 2 that really pissed the fans off, and she said, and I apologise, I couldn't help it, the script told me to do it, and she said it's the bit where Loomis arrives at the hospital with the nurse and the marshal, and she can't scream to let them know that she's there, and then the moment they go in and the door's shut, she somehow manages to find her voice and scream, and she says it just pissed everybody off. She says it pissed everyone off the way that I dropped the knife. in the first one. She says, I had to do it. It's what the script said. I like Jamie Lee Curtis. When you see her in interviews, she's a good laugh. You can imagine her being... She's really like nice to the fans and...
Nice to look at back in the day.
Yeah. This makes me laugh.
You don't believe me now, did you?
Sorry.
Don't feel sorry for me. Feel sorry for that little town back there.
Oh, that's all he talks about. Does he ever talk about football or something like that? Who's going to win the league? It's just, oh, Michael. Oh, evil, black eyes. Let's talk about N'Golo Kante. He won the World Cup.
In order to appease the gods, the druid preached how
Just chill out, mate.
saying animals were
The most depressing bloke in the world.
No, he is. I mean, I love Loomis. I love Donald Pleasance, but you like, give it a rest, mate. Fucking hell.
We get the idea. He's a wrong un.
Yeah. You'd be like, imagine him on Christmas Day. You invite him round for Christmas dinner. You're like, I've got a bottle of wine here. I didn't know which to bring, red or white. Red represents the blood of Christ. Christmas Day, because he was crucified on a cross. They nailed him through both hands, his feet, and put a crown of thorns upon his head.
He had the darkest eyes.
The darkest eyes. The devil's eyes.
Anyway, let's pull a cracker.
Right, who's for parsnips?
Did you put a cross in the bottom? Like the cross of Christ.
Christmas Day washes away memories of Halloween, October 31st.
Only 10 months to go.
More of the night he came home.
Jesus don't see what he's doing here in Haddonfield. Killed one sister.
Don't feed it. Don't feed it. So we've just learned now that Laurie Strode is Michael Myers' sister.
You know this area well.
A little bit.
Where's the hospital located?
Don't tell us we're under orders from the governor.
It's back around 17, about 3 miles.
Turn this car around now.
I can't do that. I've got orders.
Those orders have changed.
Dr. Loomis.
Stuck a gun in his neck.
Getting yourself into a lot of trouble.
What do you fellas usually do? Fire a warning shot, right?
Jesus, that would hurt your ear, wouldn't it?
Why did you have to do a handbrake?
I don't know.
Quite, you just...
Yeah. He fired that gun way too close to his right ear.
He'd be dead. He'd definitely.
Yeah, he would have had to pull over for a bit, come out of the car.
Yeah,
He would have been leaned up.
first
He'd be like, what have you done?
Oh, tell us an happy story,
Yeah.
Loomis. I mean, I'd probably notice if someone was sitting in the footwell.
Right, so Jimmy's come round.
Here.
Now,
Where's all the blood seen in the...
I think, I don't know, you might...
Got changed in the ladies' moonge.
Moon. She's gone from mounge to moon. Tash, I just have to assume he's still... Yeah, you tell him where you are. You see, the back of his neck.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so... Jimmy?
How far back does his head go? Look at that. That's not right. Did he actually die in this film?
It looks like he's got a completely dislocated neck. He's like...
That's not normal,
No.
is it? It's a complete right angle.
Oh, hang on, there's his chin, so yeah.
That's still
Good, there's no headrests. Right, so she's...
just having a lie down.
Oh, down now. Yeah, I suppose I can see why it's easy to take the piss out of Halloween 2. She's bare-kneed crawling up the asphalt.
Accept my job.
I'm sure they'll forgive you. Just make sure you get it in your statement. He had a gun to the back of my head. CCTV? House to house?
Filed.
Then she found her voice. Now there's a scene coming up now which I think is pretty much like everybody's favourite scene from Halloween 2 who like Halloween 2.
Go check all the
I like this bit. He's,
Go on. Stay with me and shut up.
he's calling the shots, isn't he? Go on.
Has he ever told a joke, do you reckon? Like knock knock or something?
Knock knock. Who's there? Michael Myers.
Devil's Eye.
Devil's Eyes. Oh, I love this shot because actually in the background you can see the red light, and this is the stalk scene. There he is. And the music just goes on and on. It's a sort of a remake of the end of the first one, isn't it? I think this would have been brilliant. I would have loved to have seen this at the cinema back in '81. I think it would have been would have been good.
It's the ridiculous bit where he walks through the pane of glass.
Yeah, because when I remember first seeing this thinking, how's he going to get through? I was like, oh.
I mean, that might not be Michael, you know. Might be just someone going to A&E with 6 gunshot wounds.
Well, it's 12 now.
No, he's at 12, yeah.
There's blood all over that carpet, wasn't there?
You don't know. You do not have blood in. Carpet in hospitals, do
No,
you?
you don't.
You get blood in the fabric, and
Yeah.
you'd forever need a rug doctor.
Yeah.
The only radio is the boss's car wants to go outside. Get on that radio and get up. Now wait a minute. I'm the only one authorized.
That's it. Stand near him.
Yeah, too near.
Sorry,
No.
No.
Yeah, she says, why won't he die? And we're all thinking, yeah,
away from him.
why won't he die?
Stop breathing. No.
No, he's just punked him now, hasn't he?
Actually looked quite good, didn't he? When cutting his
Yeah.
throat?
Here we go.
Looks massive there, doesn't
Yeah.
he?
Oh, he's doing that odd walk again.
You're so confused, isn't it? Here.
Yeah, Loomis is trying to find somewhere to leg it with Laurie, and he's
It's just
ambling, isn't he?
it's like a confused old man.
Yeah. Will you put that thing away? Oh.
Why wouldn't they hide?
I know.
Their faces against the glass.
Yeah, you're like, I've got to get this girl to safety.
Oh no, well, let's take a room with no exit.
Yeah. There we go again. And you do not go into a room with no exit, do you?
Chambers with Dr. Loomis at the clinic. He's here.
10-4, unit calling, identify suspect.
Michael Myers, just get your ass over here.
Gone into, is this like an operating theatre?
Yeah, minor surgery.
Minor surgery, yeah. Which are creepy rooms anyway, and I like the lighting, and you've got those big round lights.
It's got tiled walls, no sort of tapestries like the
Yeah,
carpet.
yeah, I know, yeah. Yeah, I remember this as a kid. It is a demented film, isn't it? It is. It's they've knocked it up a couple of notches, I think, from the first one. And I think that's one of the criticisms. But you know, what are you going to do? Technically, a sequel to any film is just, well, it's more, isn't it? It's like Jaws 2. What we're going to do? Well, just have more kills, more action. Same with Halloween 2. It's just more kills, more action. He is hard though, isn't he, Myers? To come through balsa wood like that. Oh no, Loomis.
Oh, Loomis has been stabbed.
Yeah. The way the hair juts out at the back, at the back of the neck, I always find it creepy. Now we're getting up to one of the most confusing bits for me.
She shoots him in the head twice.
Yeah, well,
He's been shot 12 times, so he's clearly not human, is he?
yeah, no, but she goes. There's no hole in the mask. We're meant to believe she goes through both eye holes. Because look,
And the way that barrel's shaking, no
yeah,
chance.
yeah, bang bang, right? You look really carefully. You can see he's just got his eyes closed. Okay, he's either shot in the head or he's blinded. I'm going to go with blinded. Same sound it makes when you cast out a fishing rod.
Yeah. Been shot twice in the head, but he's still keen. He's still.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's got a job to do, hasn't
Yeah,
he?
he has.
He has got a job
Yeah.
to do, and he is going to do it.
Yeah, it's probably like, you know, November the 1st by now, because it's sort of 3-4 in the morning. I remember really liking this as a kid, thinking, where's this going to go? Dick Warlock apparently on the commentary he said he hated this. He hated his acting. He was like, what am I doing? Covering my eyes, swinging around. But I think it's wicked.
You can see some of the exit holes in his boiler suit in the back.
Yeah,
can't you?
yeah.
So the bullets have clearly gone through him.
You just get a little bit more of Myers, don't you? He's a nutter, isn't he? He's an absolute psycho. Oh.
It's another fun story for Loomis to tell his kids, though, isn't it?
Yeah. Oxygen and ether.
I was in a hospital room, minor surgery. A hacksaw.
Oh, he's got the lighter.
He's got a lighter, yeah.
That was the one that's why he gave him a ciggy before, didn't he? He needed to get...
That's right.
He needs to get...
I've never noticed that before.
So he's flooded the operating theatre with...
Hey, what does he say to him? He says something about going to hell, doesn't he?
This time Michael. Bang.
As if Loomis would survive that.
Yeah. Well, basically, when we do Halloween 4, we'll talk about it, but it was scripted. There was going to be a scene at the beginning of Halloween 4 where you see a hospital and Loomis comes flying through it to, through tiles and masonry to say, he survived, he's all right. Dick Warlock did this stunt, and he got minor burns on his forearms, because in those days he said the burn suits had zips and they just get hot, and obviously, but yeah, he did this, and they said at the time that is the hottest fire stunt ever done in a film, ever. Christ. Yeah. Now, I was going to mention before, Dick Warlock. Carpenter added this scene as well, the burning mass, to say this is it. He is dead. It's done.
Yeah.
Dick Warlock was the stuntman for Hooper in Jaws. So when Hooper goes down in the cage and the shark's coming at him, that's Dick Warlock with the goggles on. Because on the making of Jaws, Dick Warlock's got his own camera footage of the shark in the tank. So he's done loads of stunts, loads of stunt movies. 10.
Be about right, wouldn't it?
So, Halloween 1, you've got the mechanic, Annie, Bob,
Sister.
Linda, sister. Okay, 5. And then 10 in this, he's saying so. The dog, I suppose. There's Dana Carvey there at the back. That's a short film. Hour and 20 minutes, surely. Oh, maybe it is.
39 minutes.
So she's driving off now in the ambulance. It's all smoky. And again on the TV version, there's a deleted scene where Jimmy survived because he sits up and he's got like a bandage around his head and he's all right. But they cut it.
There's no surviving that broken neck.
Nah, no way. And then we're going to Mr. Sandman now, don't we? So if you, being a Halloween fan back in 1981, do you think that would have been a satisfying conclusion to... What else?
I don't think they should have made this. I
Right.
think Halloween was just
one-off,
perfect. Yeah. But there's no surviving that,
No.
is there?
No. So with this new one 40 years later, there's no way they could tail off this one because he...
They had to do it after the original. didn't
Yeah.
they? Sheriff Brackett.
Really odd way to end the credits, isn't it? With I can't imagine some people getting up and going, "That was shit." Fucking hell. No, I thought it was alright. No, it was shit. It was shit. It's ridiculous.
This is Elrod.
Dana Carvey, Bill Warlock. You see, he was the boy with the boombox. Young
Do you always
Laurie.
watch all the credits? See if you recognise any actors?
Yeah, I do. Oh look, young Adam Gunn. Patrolman 3, Dick Warlock. Michael, age 23. Tony
Oh,
Moran.
it's still wrong.
Still wrong.
You've got me doing it though when I watch a film. As soon as the film starts, I go onto Google the film cast look through the actors, and then if I reckon, you know, I'll start seeing what other stuff they've done.
Yeah,
That's your fault.
that's my.
But it's actually quite interesting.
Sorry, you're taking the rap from me again here.
Giving it all that.
Oh, it's just. Huh? I've got an idea what we can do after this.
It's a good film, though.
Yeah, you still like it?
Yeah, I do. Yeah.
I think the poster for it's really good. I like the pumpkin with the skull in it, and
Yeah.
um,
I don't. More of the night he came out. Come on.
so
What was
this,
that thing you said earlier? Nightmare Continues or something like that?
yeah, the nightmare continues.
That's better.
In fact, I think was that in the trailer. We'll look at it. I tell you what we'll do as a little bonus clip. We'll watch the trailer and do a commentary for the trailer. This always freaked me out. I had this song at my wedding. And then it goes straight into the theme. So every time I hear Mr. Sandman, I always think it's going to go into. Do you like the new synthesized version from Halloween 2?
No, I prefer the original.
The original.
Yeah.
No. It really kind of.
I actually
Yeah.
played this last night in the studio at band rehearsals.
Oh really?
Yeah.
What, this version?
This, yeah, what you're hearing now.
Yeah, Dick Warlock. He he loves the fan stuff he gets from this movie. So basically, and again, you can look this up. Dick Warlock. When this film was finished, he asked if he could keep the mask, and obviously it wasn't the burnt one. That must have been like a spare one they had. But he asked if he could keep the mask and the boiler suit, the knife that he takes to the hero school, and the scalpel. And Deborah Hill said, "Yeah, we're not going to make another one. You can keep them." And he did. He kept them for years and years. And I think he auctioned it all off, like in 2005. And the mask which he had, a private collectors bought it, and you can see it's literally falling to bits. It's like, I bet he regrets kind of getting rid of it now, really. But it's a bit of movie history, really. Yeah, I don't know. I find it quite a disturbing, demonic little movie. It's creepy. I think some of the syringe stuff, the hospital stuff, the music.
The eye. That does
horrible.
it for me.
And I know they asked Tommy Lee Wallace, because Tommy Lee Wallace was the production guy on the first one. He directed it. He designed the mask. He did the hand through the wardrobe stuff. They asked him to direct it, and when he read the script, he's like, "No, I'm not doing this. I'm not doing syringes and scalpels and stuff." So, right. Well, what we'll do then as a bonus, we shall watch the trailer and see if it captures.
I'm not sure I've ever seen this.
It's quite a good trailer, film trailer. Oh, trailers for other horror films.
Oh, cool.
Let's do the Halloween 2 trailer. Right, I think that's about all we've got in us, to be honest. Thanks for listening to our.
Yeah, cheers.
Cheers. We'll see you again soon for what? Halloween 4? Yeah, Halloween 4. Bye.
Bye.